Welcome to Living in Naples channel. I'm James Headley. If you haven't already watched my video from last week, you may want to go back and do so before watching today's. In the last episode, I looked at the first of 4 psychological traps that buyers are susceptible to and provided some context related to the Southwest Florida real estate market as it currently stands. Today, I'm going to conclude with the last 4 traps identified in a recent Zillow article. Before doing so, let me thank you, as always, for subscribing, sharing, and liking, and certainly encourage you to continue to do so. I appreciate that very much. Picking up where we left off last week, what were those next 4 psychological traps for buyers? Number 5 was ignoring information that challenges our beliefs. In other words, that old confirmation bias that you might recall from your Psych 101 course, where you discount new information that doesn't support your existing perspective, and or where you overweight new data that comes in that supports your opinion. And think about those prospective buyers out there since the summer of 2022 who remain on the sidelines because they thought that interest rates could not go up anymore after they hit 5%, for example. How best for you to avoid falling into that trap? Be receptive to data and work with an agent who is both immersed in the data and comfortable with it, and also willing to provide you with a 360-degree perspective on the market versus an agent who will tell you anything that you want to hear. Brings us to number 6 on the list. And number 6 is getting stuck in the past. At first blush, I admit I thought this was a redundant trap to number 5, but the finding here stems from actual buyer memories and nostalgia. For example, did you grow up with a lake in your backyard and now you refuse to consider any homes that don't have a water view as a result? Or maybe you have a bad memory of a golf ball hitting your home, or maybe you were the one who hit a home. So any home on a golf course is a no, regardless of its location relative to the course and the usual course of play. This might be the toughest trap to avoid, in my opinion, but I think it's really about being open with yourself and open to creating new positive memories, regardless of what the nostalgia value of certain memories might be for you. And number 7 is fixating on one thing and losing sight of the big picture. Lots of possible examples that we could get into here, but I look at this one as being distracted by the bright, shiny object and losing sight of the broader context as a result. Maybe you fall in love with a condo on the beach in Marco with its view of the Gulf. It sounds amazing, right? And no doubt those sunsets would be or will be, but what if you were an avid golfer and joining the island club is not an option due to the financials and or the wait list there? Is that view going to offset all those trips over the bridge to Naples or beyond to golf every time you want to tee it up? Avoiding falling into this trap is best accomplished, in my opinion, by envisioning what the ideal Southwest Florida lifestyle would be for you in advance, and then working backward from there to determine the best places to start looking for your home in paradise, recognizing, of course, that there will likely be some trade-offs along the way and prioritizing them accordingly. That brings us to the final psychological trap identified by Zillow, and that is moving ahead with a purchase because of the money and time that you've spent finding it. So you've avoided all of the aforementioned traps and found a home that seems perfect for you and negotiated successfully to secure a purchase agreement. Then new information comes to light in the inspection process. Maybe there are structural issues that preclude you from making updates that you plan to make to open up your home or upgrade your outdoor living experience. How do you deal with this? Sometimes you'll still want to move forward, but the key is to avoid doing so simply because of the sunk costs. Rather, come back to that idea of picturing yourself in the home as is in a few years versus how you originally expected it to be. Would you still be as excited at the prospect of the home if you were viewing that home afresh with all of the new information that you have? If the answer is no, hopefully you and your agent have negotiated effectively so as to allow you to exit the contract smoothly and look elsewhere. Again, hopefully this pair of videos will be helpful to you or someone you know and able to avoid these buyer traps. Given the number of very happy buyers I've successfully worked with over the years and my own personal experience in real estate in the area, It would be my honor and pleasure to help you to navigate the home buying process and experience, including avoiding these traps and other pitfalls. So please do contact me anytime if I can be of assistance. Until then, thanks again for liking, subscribing, and sharing, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode.